Hello again, YouTube. It's Alan, and I want to tell you about some things that I've been working on to help support myself as a trans person. I guess I would say to support my spirit, because sometimes that's hard. So where this is coming from is, so one small thing that came up for me months ago is I was watching, was it from watching Queer Eye or something else? I can't remember. There's something that I saw or read or something that made me think like, my house, it's not like, if you looked at it, you wouldn't know that it's a queer space or a trans space. Not that every trans person's house has to be that, but it sounded good to me for my house to be a queer space or a trans space, like in a more visible way. So I thought it would make me feel good to see some things in my house that reflected that back to me in a way that felt positive, and like supportive or celebratory. I thought that would be nice for me. So I started by just putting on display, like on a bookshelf, a couple of little pride flags, like the Rainbow Progress Pride flag that has the triangle part, and also a trans pride flag. So I put those on display, and that has felt nice. And also I wanted some kind of art or something beyond just the pride flag. And I did a lot of searching on Etsy and all over the place. Couldn't find anything that quite really spoke to me. But I happened to find something that I got that it is not explicitly queer or trans, it's not meant to be that, but it feels that way to me. And it is this picture, this artwork of this boy with wings. He looks very happy, or beyond happy, great, or euphoric and bold. And so for me, when I saw this, I thought, it resonates with me. It's like the younger me that is inside of me, within me, that me transitioning has allowed my whole self, including my young self, to be like this, or have moments of being like this kind of feeling. So that's what it means to me. And then also that he doesn't have a shirt on, and the heart painted on the chest. It just, there's something about top surgery in there for me, in the way that it feels to me, and the freedom and joy of that. So yeah, so I love this painting, and it is by the artist Laura Zombie. I love her stuff. That's Laura Zombie. She has really great stuff. There's some other art of hers that I quite like also. Okay. But recently I had a really rough instance of some, what more or less felt to me a lot like transphobia, lack of acceptance from someone who's close to me, and I was pretty shocked and confused, and it was really deeply rough and painful and stressful, and for the sake of people's privacy and stuff, I don't want to go into the details, even though I do want to tell you, but I won't. But yeah, it was rough, and I was like, what? Like, I've been, like, my true gender, you know, I've been transitioned for 8.5 years. Like, why is this coming up? I still don't totally get it, but anyway, the point is, I needed to do stuff that felt supportive to me and that gave me inner strength. And I had the instinct to do that. So I want to tell you about what I did in case that's helpful for you. So I did seek out people that could help support me. I mean, my girlfriend gave me the most support, and that was gigantic in terms of helping me get through that and feel loved and supported. I also wanted to see friends, including at least one trans friend, but that was not to be because I got sick. I've been sick for a week and a half, or almost 2 weeks. Yeah. This is all very recent. So that was really rough to not be able to see anybody, really. I mean, like, I couldn't even hang out with my girlfriend because I didn't want to get her sick. So we hung out for a little while, a couple times, just like either outside or like with her sitting outside and me sitting inside with the door open and wearing masks. And so it was really rough to go through these really difficult feelings without being able to fully hang out with anybody. And I didn't really end up talking on the phone very much with people because that would make me cough. So that sucked. So I did some other things. Now I want to mention here, there's of course therapy, and I would 100% recommend therapy for anybody going through anything difficult. But ironically, about a month ago, I brought a close to my therapy with my therapist that I'd seen for a couple of years, and so that was very ironic. But I do want to see another therapist. I'm gonna let my finances recover for a couple months or so, and then we'll see. But so yeah, therapy's good. But I didn't have that currently. So speaking of stuff related to people and community, I do really want to kind of rebuild my queer and trans community. I've just kind of let that go because my life has been fairly smooth sailing in terms of trans stuff. But I've been realizing, yeah, that is actually really important for all of us to have a trans community and to be able to just see each other, like to see and know other trans people. That makes a big difference. And to have each other when we need support. So I do want to, I don't know if I want to go back to the local trans support group, because the meetings are 2 hours and I can't do 2 hours. Or just like hang out with individual people maybe. Okay, so getting into the stuff that I did. I had this urge to look online to literally see and read about my trans ancestors, or what I would consider my trans family. Like, basically trans people that I know about. And so I collected pictures of them from the internet, and then I printed them out and cut them out, and I'll show them to you. I want to either put some of them in a frame, or like put some on my meditation altar, or maybe make some kind of like art collage with them to hang up, something like that, because it just feels so important and so supportive to have a visual reminder that I do have trans ancestors and a trans family, and we trans people have always been here. We are legitimate, we're real, we have had joy, we've had accomplishments, we have people who have done really hard work in the past and in the present to help all of us be where we are today. So that feels super important to me and super like sustaining. So here's some pictures. This is Jameson Green and Billy Tipton, a musician, and Wilmer Broadnax, a musician, and Ivan Coyote, one of my favorite writers. Now, not all these people are like binary transgender, but there's a variety of people that I would consider my trans ancestors. This guy, Alan L. Hart, I think he was a doctor. I'm still, continuing my process of learning about everybody. This is Marsha P. Johnson, a key person in the Stonewall Rebellion. And Lou Sullivan, just hugely important for trans men, particularly the ability of gay trans men to be like allowed to access medical transition. And Michael Dillon, cool guy. He was very into practicing Buddhism, which is cool for me. Albert Cashier. He was a Civil War soldier. And a present-day trans family member, Buck Angel. And Sylvia Rivera. She was another very key person in the Stonewall Rebellion and queer liberation. And then there's some more too, and I have some like multiple different pictures of some of the same people. So there's that. And another thing that I actually had previous to this instance is a couple pieces of art that I got online from a trans zine. I'll show you the zine. So I don't know if I want to frame these or do some sort of large collage. Those are from a zine from Trans Day of Resilience. It's like an organization, tdor.co. Trans people exist in the future. That's a zine. And on this website, they have other very cool content. So also, just recently when I had this difficult instance come up, I had the urge to buy a book to read, and I had never read this one before, although I had heard of it. Becoming a Visible Man by Jameson Green. It's now in the 2nd edition and has some updates. I've started reading it. It's a really great book. It's like part memoir, but there's like a large portion of kind of like explaining things related to gender and transition. It's very good. So it felt really like good and sustaining to me to order the book and to get it. Let's see. Well, another thing related to community is, of course, the YouTube online community. And I didn't actually get into that a lot in the last couple of weeks. I did a little bit, but I mean, part of it was just because I was sick. So I was watching all of the Harry Potter movies, and there were definitely times when I just didn't have energy for other stuff. But anyway, and so another thing that has been helpful for me recently, and also just over the long term, is spirituality, like meditation. I've been into meditation for many years, but that can help. And also Judaism. And there are some things that bring those two together and also bring together queerness or trans stuff. Like a year ago or so, I got this book, this Jewish book, Where Pride Dwells, Mishkan Gava. It has prayers, blessings, poems, readings for all kinds of different moments and different kinds of queer people's lives. Its subtitle is A Celebration of LGBTQ Jewish Life and Ritual. It's really cool how much they have. Like, there's some traditional Jewish prayers and blessings that have been tweaked to have a queer something to them. Like, for example, a blessing for my gay son for Friday nights, etc. And a morning prayer for LGBTQ Jews, a morning blessing for non-binary Jews. There's stuff just about pride and feeling pride, a prayer for coming out, a prayer for courage for those in transition, a blessing after making love, a prayer after my child came out, blessings for any moment while transitioning, even like a blessing for the first time shaving. There's stuff related to adoption. There's even, also there's stuff you can say by yourself at home or with other people, or even stuff that a rabbi could do in a ritual or ceremony. So lots of really cool stuff in there. I'll show it one more time. There are cool opportunities presented online by the Institute for Jewish Spirituality, including a monthly LGBTQ meditation online, like Jewish meditation. And a note on meditation, inspired by a suggestion from my girlfriend. Last week I did a meditation on my own, which was super powerful. She suggested I could try meditating and like visualize my trans ancestors being there with me and like giving me love and saying loving things to me, and even like put a blanket or something over my shoulders and like imagine that being their hands on my shoulders or something. And so I tried that. I did that, and it was really great and powerful. And then I also just kind of like morphed organically into another part of this meditation where I pictured or like even felt the young me, the kid me, there with me, and like us being together. And I could kind of like shift back and forth from being in my position to being like in the perspective of the kid me, and I could like feel both perspectives, and like I, as the adult me, could offer comfort to the kid me, and then the kid me, when I was in that perspective, I could get comfort from the adult me, which felt very powerful. And it was just so powerful to like feel from each perspective my real gender, and for the kid me to see, so to speak, the way that I've turned out, and that I'm a man. So that was really, really cool, really amazing. It was really amazing how it just happened organically when I was meditating. So if that appeals to you, you might just give it a try. So anyway, another super long video. Thank you for watching. That pretty much sums up what I wanted to say. So thank you. Hope it was useful. I hope you're well. And hey, you know, on that note, I want to send love and acceptance and support out there to my other trans family members, you, if that is who you are. Yeah, I love you. I support you. I'm proud of you for having the strength to be yourself and to realize yourself, and you're